What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. Here we see the ongoing correction in Sweden's house prices is one for the history books, down by almost 15% in half a year, already below the bottom of the financial crisis. Um, it's far from done with the hiking cycle. You fasten your seatbelt. So, folks, right now, these central banks are having to um, fight inflation while at the same time not destroy the economy. So they're like tiptoeing a very, very fine line. And this is, um, it's not going to end well. A lot of people are going to get hurt by this. We see here, look at this, already below um, the great financial crisis, the bottom of the great financial crisis. And this is a steep drop. So, uh, we'll see what happens, but the economic pain that's about to come is going to be on a grand scale, and I think we're starting to see that. So here you see Germany steps up its plans to print cash for energy blackouts, because yeah, the your cash is going to keep you warm, right? If you give people more money. No, folks, you need the commodities, you need the materials, the raw goods in order to produce energy to stay warm. And eventually, I hope people wake up that, yeah, you can't pay yourself to be able to survive. Literally, you have to, we need our commodities that they're limiting because of their new agenda to fight climate change. And it's going to end up killing a lot of people. We see here the inflation rate of what I'm saying. Here in the UK, it's about 16%, 16.55%. In the US, it's about 6.8, based on these numbers, and it varies based on where you look at, or who's providing you the statistics. But it's around that 7% range here in the US. It's really high. We see here in 2019, pre-pandemic, households saved 8.8% of their disposable income. That saving rate jumped 16.8% in 2020. Why? Well, stimulus was handed out. In 2021, the saving rate moderated to 11.8, and in September of this year, it stood at 3.1%, its lowest level since 2008. So I actually saw this statistic that says that adjusted for inflation, we're making not even $1 more per hour than people did in the 1970s. Take that with a grain of salt, but that was just a statistic that I read. Unbelievable. Listen to what a world leader, and it's his words. I mean, this is an agenda that's happening. So take a listen.
Are you on the US and the Chinese side? Because now, progressively, a lot of people would like to see there are two orders in this world. This is a huge mistake, even for both the US and China. We need a single global order. Are you on the US and the Chinese side?
They don't want two orders, they want a single one. Have you heard of the Hegelian dialectic? It's basically about two opposing sides. And based on that, you come to a resolution, a middle ground. So could it be that this whole, you know, US versus China is all coming together to form, just one world order? You know, they're definitely advocating for one. So you see US home sales are crashing at their fastest pace since Lehman. Uh, I mean, this speaks for itself here. You see, I mean, this is even a steeper drop if you look at this, steeper drop than here. Um, and it'll continue to drop. One other thing I want to mention is I don't know. People are expecting a huge market crash. I mean, it's already you're already seeing in certain sectors certain housing sectors, it's already crashed quite a bit. But they're reaching pre-pandemic levels. They're not going any further than that. I mean, some might, but and people are expecting, oh, this major crash. What if it never comes? Because the crisis of '08 is totally different. Subprime mortgage lending, I believe, was what caused it all. So, something to think about. And I know I have people that I've talked to that expect and have been waiting for this market crash so they can get a house cheaper. I mean, they might end up waiting for a crash that will never come. So, it's something to think about. I in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be that housing correction that people expect because too many people are expecting that. But that's just my opinion, of course. And what you're seeing here, it's home sales are crashing at fastest pace. And so, wait, how much further it'll go, we'll see. But we're seeing that these houses are not going lower than pre-pandemic levels because they had an insane rise with all that stimulus that was going into the economy and all these people cheap, interest rates were really low. And then people got FOMO because they heard that the Fed was raising interest rates. So, here we see, even with rates jacked well above peak inflation in 1980, the most famously aggressive move in history, it still took until 1986 before inflation fell below 2%. I'm finding that most of the conversation from disinflationists is ignoring this. So the Fed says they want to average 2%, not get down to 2%. They want to average 2%. What does that mean? They can keep interest rates hiked for a considerable amount of time before they start bringing them down. So, and you see here, when they started hiking interest rates, they didn't hit 2% until 1986. So, let you be the judge of that, but it could take a while and there could be a lot of pain before then. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.